2 years ago, I stepped away from my job for 5 weeks. Not a vacation, a surgical pause. And I came back with a product roadmap and the courage to cut what was killing my energy. That one tiny sabbatical rewired my next 18 months. Welcome to Boardroom and Bonnets with Tamika Shania, Destinee Brown, and Miss B, where ambition meets authenticity. Grab your coffee or your bonnet and let's get into it.
I love that. Surgical pause. That already sounds like medicine I need. Tell us quickly, what did you actually do in those 5 weeks?
I split it. 2 weeks to rest my nervous system, 2 weeks to interview customers for a product idea, and 1 week to map next steps and handoffs. The pivot wasn't accidental. It was planned around one micro goal: validate demand for a new offer. That clarity changed hiring plans and my calendar for the next year.
That's precise, and I appreciate it. But real talk, 5 weeks sounds luxurious for a lot of our listeners. How do you make it realistic for someone mid-level with promotion timelines?
Totally fair. There are scaled options: 2 weeks full off or a phased approach, like 2 weeks off followed by 2 weeks at 60% workload. The key is to design visibility, deliverables that show impact. That's how you protect your trajectory while taking the time you need.
Wait, how do you pick one thing to focus on? I always want to do everything when I get time back.
Ask yourself, am I pausing to rest, to create, to learn, or to prototype? Pick one. Then write one micro goal tied to that purpose. Example, if you choose rest, sleep baseline, 7 hours a night for 4 weeks. If prototype, validate 3 customer interviews and 1 pricing test. 10 minutes, 1 sheet, 1 priority.
Yes, single focus. That actually frees you to be ruthless about boundaries. I used that approach during a 2-week pause and came back with 1 actionable product idea instead of 10 half-baked ones.
And put the boundaries in writing. What's off limits? Email triage? Off. 1 weekly update? Fine. If you're fuzzy, stakeholders will default to urgent. Be explicit.
Okay, logistics, because intention fizzles without a plan. Money first. Aim to have 3 to 6 weeks of expenses as padding for a 2 to 8 week pause, and budget 60 to 80% of usual monthly needs as a working target. If that's impossible, build a phased plan to preserve income. Small revenue channels or a focused freelance project can bridge the gap.
We should give an actual script for the manager ask. Let's role play. Tamika, you go first. Open the conversation for a 4-week creative pause.
I'd like to request 4 weeks to focus on a strategic project that will affect our Q4 results. Here's the plan. I'll document SOPs for my top responsibilities, train an interim lead, and provide a weekly 1-page update. I expect to return with a validated prototype and a clear recommendation for next steps. Can we discuss dates and coverage?
That's tight. It pairs the ask with outcomes. As the manager, my likely response would be, coverage is my worry. Who exactly will handle client A and approvals?
For client A, I mapped a point person, created a handoff doc with decision thresholds, and scheduled 3 transfer sessions. For approvals, Marcus has a checklist and temporary budget authority up to X. I'll be available for 1 scheduled 20-minute call for true emergencies only.
That true emergencies only line? Gold. It shows responsibility without re-entering the 24/7 trap.
Quick addition. Craft the email your manager will send when you go on leave. Put it in your handoff packet. It controls the narrative and cuts down surprise. Leaders who plan their exit and return earn trust.
Yes, and for those without supportive HR, use phased asks. 2 weeks fully off, 2 weeks at 60% with weekly deliverables. That keeps you visible and reduces perceived risk. It often gets faster approvals.
We can't skip family logistics. My partner's script is simple. I need this so I can show up better for everyone. Here's the schedule and what I need from you for 4 weeks. Let's test it and rotate back. Framing it as a test lowers resistance.
Also, assign outcomes, not times. You handle weekday dinners and bedtime is clearer than you handle meals. That clarity reduces resentment.
Let's talk reintegration. This is where the pause becomes leverage. Treat return as a plan. Week 1 back, triage only. Week 2, re-engage on priorities. By 90 days, present measurable gains from your sabbatical. Interviews, prototypes, process improvements that save X hours. That narrative turns time away into career currency.
And bring a short return brief, 2 slides or 1 page. What you did, key findings, next moves, and asks. It's proactive and makes your return feel like a strategic handoff back into impact.
I want to push on one worry. I'm not sure I buy a full unpaid 4-week sabbatical for someone mid-level. Promotion clocks are real, and some managers will interpret absence as disengagement.
Fair point. That's why your ask must come with measurable deliverables and a communication cadence. Try this. 2 weeks full off focused on research, then 2 weeks at 60% to run pilots and produce weekly 1-page updates. You keep visibility, create measurable wins, and manage risk. It's a compromise that protects you and reassures leadership.
That compromise worked for me. I got the breathing room and still had results to show. Moral of the story? Designed to be seen, not hidden.
Pitfalls to avoid. Don't over-communicate every small detail and create fatigue. Don't come back and immediately apologize for being behind. Own your plan. And document everything so your sabbatical work isn't invisible. Leaders who return with evidence become indispensable.
All right, let's make this screenshot ready. 1, define your purpose with a single micro goal and explicit off-limits items. 2, lock logistics to measurable outcomes. That's your blueprint.
Emotional reminder. Taking time to breathe and build isn't selfish. It protects your family and your future work. Say it with me. This pause is preparation.
Final tactical push. Tell 3 people what you're doing, a manager, a partner, and a friend, and ask them to remind you why you started if you waver. Accountability matters.
Before we close, a tiny challenge. Pick a week in the next 90 days and write 1 sentence. My 2-week, 4-week sabbatical is for blank. My 1 measurable outcome is blank. Put it in the community. We'll read a few next episode. Also, subscribe to grab our mini-sabbatical planner. It has the 10-minute decision worksheet, delegation templates, and the 30-60-90 reintegration guide.
Yes, it's bite-sized and actionable. We made it because we know time is precious. Share your sentence and tag a friend who needs this permission slip.
Thank you for spending time with us. Protect the pause and let it protect what matters in your work and home.
Thanks for tuning in to Boardroom and Bonnets. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with another powerhouse woman. Until next time, stay ambitious, stay authentic, and don't forget the bonnet. Polished in the boardroom, protected in the bonnet.